Okay everyone, now that we've learned about the art word Rangoli, which is a special type of art from India, and we have learned about 3 new art words. We learned about patterns, repeating lines or shapes. We learned about symmetry, when objects are the same on both sides. And radial symmetry, which means lines and shapes are the same on all parts of a circle going around. That means radial, going around in a circle. So those are the 3 things we're going to use to build our Rangoli designs today. So here's my example of what our Rangoli is going to be looking like when we have sketched everything out. Later we will add some color, but this is what it's going to start to look like as we've added some repeating patterns in a radial symmetry design. So before we start to draw any of our patterns though, we need to draw out our big circle for our Rangoli. So at your table you have a big piece of paper like this. Now this is a very large sheet of paper, so if you want to work on the floor today, that's fine. You have a little tracer that looks like this, almost like a little pie slice. So I'm going to take my tracer and my pencil, and I'm going to put this tracer with the curvy side all the way to the corner of one of my corners of my big square. So it's all the way in the corner, almost touching the edges here, but not quite. So as close to the edge as I can. And I'm going to trace this pie slice, holding with one hand, tracing with my pencil with the other, all the way around until I've traced all 3 sides. Once I've traced all 3 sides, I can pick up my pie slice and move it over to the other side. So you can kind of see now that it's starting to make a big top half of the circle. So I need to trace it one more time over here on all the sides. Okay, now flip it over one more time on the bottom here. Trace it on all 3 sides. And one more time in the last section over here. So once I've traced 4 of these, I should have a pretty good even sized circle. I have 4 sections right now, and we're trying to make 8 sections. So I'm going to take my ruler at my table, and I'm going to make a line that cuts through each of these sections in half. So if this is the middle of the section here, I'll just put a little line there. I want to go from here all the way to the middle here. So I'll take my ruler and make a straight line. Then I'll move over to the next section here. I want to go from the middle dot here all the way to right about here. That looks like the middle. So I'll make a straight line again. And I'll do this for each of my sections because I want to have 8 slices of pie when I finish this. So one more section here. Go all the way and meet that line. Okay, so it's kind of looking like a big pie or a big pizza. I have 8 slices here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means my design in each of these sections is going to be the same. Same design in each section. So like my example from before, we know that radial symmetry means it's the same all the way around. So this section is the exact same as this one, which is the exact same as this one, and the exact same as this one. That's why it's symmetrical, because each of these 8 sections is the same, going all the way around. So you have a few tools to help you to start to draw out your Rangolis today. We have a pattern packet. There are some examples in here that will show you different lines and shapes that you can put together to make certain patterns. There's also some different Rangoli examples at your table of different designs, so how this person built their design. And I have some shapes for you to trace. So there's some little foam pieces that I'll put out at your table, just different types of shapes that you can trace at your table to make different designs on your Rangoli. So what I'm going to do is use my marker, and I'm just going to start with a simple shape in the center here. So I think that I will start with, on my example from before, I think I started with a simple line, just a curvy line in the middle, and I repeated that over and over. So I'll start in the middle here, and I'll just make a curvy line. And I want to try and make that line the same in each of the sections. Okay, so I have 8 curvy lines, the same in each section. Now I can keep building out from there and repeating my shapes. Maybe I want to do dot, 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 dot. Maybe I want to do line 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and continue all the way until the end. So see how each slice is starting to look the same? Now I think I'm going to use one of my tracers to help me make a new shape. I think I'm going to use this leaf looking shape. So I can use this in each of my sections to trace with my marker. And I'll repeat this over and over and over in each of these sections. Now your goal is to really fill each of these spaces with as many designs as you can to make these as detailed as possible, but also making sure that you're sticking to symmetry. So every time you draw a shape in one of your sections, you have to repeat it in the next section. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles here, I need to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 circles in this section, and repeat that over and over and over. Okay, so after we have finished drawing all of our Rangolis, then we'll add some color next week. But right now, just focus on your shapes and your lines and being very precise with your drawing today.